Hello friends, this is Samarth and welcome to my YouTube channel that is Love for Anatomy. In the continuation of arteries supplying the heart, today we are going to learn about the left coronary artery. We have already discussed about the right coronary artery in the part 1 of this video. Now let us start with the left coronary artery. We will study the left coronary artery under the topics that is its origin, course, termination and the branches. As we all are aware that the left coronary artery is larger than the right coronary artery. Now talking about its origin, it arises from the left posterior aortic sinus of the ascending aorta. This is the right coronary artery arising from the anterior aortic sinus of the ascending aorta. This is the ascending aorta, this is the anterior aortic sinus. Whereas the left coronary artery, of which I have drawn a little part, originates from the left posterior aortic sinus of the ascending aorta. That is right here. This is the ascending aorta and the left coronary artery originates from the left posterior aortic sinus of ascending aorta. Now let us talk about the course and termination of left coronary artery. After its origination from the left posterior aortic sinus of the ascending aorta, that is right here, the left coronary artery moves forwards towards left side, in between the pulmonary trunk as well as the left auricle. Here it gives a very large branch that is known as the anterior interventricular branch, which lies in the anterior interventricular groove. This is the large branch of left coronary artery, that is the anterior interventricular branch, which lies in the anterior interventricular groove. After giving off this large branch, the left coronary artery continues as the circumflex branch and leaves the sternocostal surface and enters the diaphragmatic surface of the heart. The circumflex branch of the left coronary artery lies in the left anterior coronary sulcus. This is the circumflex branch or the continuation of left coronary artery, and it lies in the left anterior coronary sulcus right here, and this was the anterior interventricular sulcus, and this is the large branch known as the anterior interventricular branch. Here, you guys could easily see that the circumflex branch of the left coronary artery leaves the sternocostal surface and then further enters into the posterior surface of the heart or the diaphragmatic surface, right here. Here, the circumflex branch lies in the left posterior coronary sulcus. Here, the circumflex branch lies in the left posterior coronary sulcus. After giving the ventricular branch, it terminates by anastomosing with the right coronary artery, right here. Let us look into the course of the left coronary artery once more. This artery originates from the left posterior aortic sinus of the ascending aorta. It moves forward towards the left in between the pulmonary trunk and the left auricle. Here it gives a very large branch, that is the anterior interventricular branch, and further continues as the circumflex branch and enters the diaphragmatic surface of the heart. After reaching the diaphragmatic surface of the heart, it lies in the left posterior coronary sulcus. It lies in the left posterior coronary sulcus and terminates by anastomosing with the right coronary artery as well. So, talking about the branches of the left coronary artery, there are two main branches which gives further branches. The first branch is the circumflex branch and the second branch is the anterior interventricular branch, that is this one. These are the two main branches, the circumflex branch and the anterior interventricular branch. Now let us talk about these in detail. So, as we have discussed, there are two major and large branches of the left coronary artery which further gives the sub-branches. The main branches are the anterior interventricular branch and the circumflex branch. The first sub-branch of the anterior interventricular branch is the left conus artery, which forms the annulus of Vuissens with the right conus artery. This is the left conus artery or the sub-branch of the anterior interventricular branch, which forms the annulus of Vuissens around the pulmonary trunk. As you guys could remember, this is the right conus artery, which forms the annulus of Vuissens with the left conus artery. This right here is an arterial circle known as the annulus of Vuissens around the pulmonary trunk. The next are the anterior ventricular branches, which supply the ventricles, and largest of these anterior ventricular branches is known as the left diagonal artery. These are the anterior ventricular branches which supply the ventricle. As you guys know, the left ventricle forms the apex of the heart, and the largest of the anterior ventricular branch is the left diagonal artery. The next branches are the septal branches, which supply the anterior 2/3 of the interventricular septum. You guys could remember from the previous video that the posterior 1/3 of the interventricular septum is supplied by the posterior interventricular branches of the right coronary artery. Now let us talk about the sub-branches of the circumflex branch of left coronary artery. The first branch is the left marginal artery, which runs till the apex of heart, just like the right marginal artery of the right coronary artery. This also supplies part of the ventricles. This is left marginal artery reaching till the apex of the heart and lying along the left border of the heart. The next sub-branch of the circumflex branch is the atrial branches, which supply the atria of the heart. The next are the ventricular branches, which supply the ventricles of the heart. These are the ventricular branches. These are the ventricular branches of the circumflex branch. Now let us take a quick revision of the branches of the left coronary artery. There are two main branches. First, anterior interventricular branch. Second, circumflex branch. There are sub-branches of the anterior interventricular branch, that is left conus artery, anterior ventricular branches and the septal branches. Whereas circumflex branches gives the left marginal artery, atrial branches and the ventricular branches. Now let us look at the area of distribution of the left coronary artery. Left coronary artery supplies the left atrium, the ventricles, anterior part of the interventricular septum and a part of the left branch of the AV bundle. Whereas majority part of the conducting system of the heart is supplied by the right coronary artery. Now let us take a quick review about the collateral circulation. There are two types of collateral circulation present in the heart. First is the cardiac anastomosis and second is the extracardiac anastomosis. In the cardiac anastomosis, the two coronary arteries, that is the left and the right coronary arteries, anastomose with each other in the myocardium. Whereas in the extracardiac anastomosis, both the coronary arteries of the heart anastomose with the following. So, in extracardiac anastomosis, left and right coronary arteries anastomose with the vasa vasorum of the aorta and of the pulmonary trunk, and also with the internal thoracic arteries, bronchial arteries and the pericardiacophrenic arteries as well. One thing to note is that is the third, fourth and the fifth arteries anastomose through the pericardium. So guys, this was all about the right and the left coronary arteries. If you found this video interesting, please do like, subscribe and do share my channel, that is Love for Anatomy. Thanking you, signing off, Love for Anatomy.